Okay, so you've just bought the domestic assets package, and I'm going to show you sort of what to expect here. So this is the folder that you'd be getting. Inside it, it's just got two subfolders breaking the models down. So you've got static and dynamic, animated, and that's essentially what they are. So in the static folder, you'll find everything that you can just sort of drag and drop, and it's the main structural elements and the props. So you can do things with these props. For instance, you can in Unity add a rigid body or have trigger interaction and so forth. Main structure, really just something you want to collide with to build the bones of your environment. So these are things like walls and windows and floors and ceilings. Um, Lots of things in props, everything from books to plates to beds. Inside a dynamic, these are all things that have been rigged. They have bones, armatures, skeletons, and they have animations. So for instance, a drawer slides in and out, a toilet seat opens and closes, etc. So just to explore this a bit further, going to create a new Unity project. I've just made a new folder there called New Project. So we'll hit New. Yeah, cool, create project. La 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 la. Once it's done all this, we're going to drag and drop the folder, the domestic assets folder, into the project window. So this is the folder that Unity is drawing from. New Unity project. Inside is assets, and anything you put in there will be visible in the Unity editor. So just copy and paste this over. And when we look at Unity, it's just going to load up. Pop. There we go. So our static folder contains everything we need to build the bones of our environment. So we can start with a wall, just like so. The only thing we need to do with these is just reset the transforms. So everything to 0, it's in the middle of our scene now. So the way we build modular environments is we do everything on a grid. So you can see it's 2 by 3. If we look at it with an orthographic perspective, you can see that 2 by 3. Because of this, we can make huge structures out of these. So if I drop a door in, reset the transforms, and we just move this along 2, or not scale, position, you can see that we've created a seamless structure. Now we can duplicate this. I like to just sort of move it, approximate it. Now we know that will be 4, so we just clean that up, 4. And there you go, etc. Same with floors and ceilings, same deal with everything in this folder. Just approximate it, 2. Now that's a floor, but underneath it doubles as a ceiling. And you can go into the materials on these. 3, there we go. So yeah, these are just simple items, no animation. Everything's been exported as FBX. Here's your props, lots and lots of things to look at there. And you can tamper with the materials on these guys. Now, if we have a look at the dynamic animated, there's just one thing that I need to mention in the animation. We've got a load of garbage animation, but it's very clear and easy to see which one's the right one. It's the one that has any length. Like you can see, all of these start at 0, end at 1. They're just garbage animation. They're very difficult to clean up. But it's very easy to see which one's the correct one. So this one's 35 frames long, just over a second, and you can see the doors opening there. Okay, so it's very easy to plug that in. You just create up here, create a new folder. Here we go, create a animated controller, call it door. Very simply, open this up. We just create a state empty, call that whatever you want. You don't even need to rename it anything. Then go into door and just find the right animation, which is just simply done by deleting all the ones that I mentioned were garbage. Now I'd like to have done this for you, but obviously the issue is with the exporting, but they're not visible in my 3D package, which make things difficult. Apply, there we go. So here's the door animation. We'll call this open, like so, and make a transition here, and then we'll create another one, as in we'll drag another open animation. Call this one closed, or close, and to make it reverse, as in close, we'll just reverse the speed, -1. Okay, and one more transition back here. Now obviously you might want to look into how animators work before you start animating things, but it's very simple. When you start the game, entry, go to new state. So new state, nothing is in there. There's no motion attached to this. So this will just loop until a parameter is set. So we'll create a parameter. It's a Boolean parameter, as in it's on or off or true or false, and we will call this open, like so. And to go from nothing to opening, we need to remove exit time and set the condition open to true. So when open is true, when you call it in a script, it goes to open, and out here it's played the animation. And then once it's played the animation, it's going to look to us as to what to do next. So we're going to make it transition to close when open is false. So when we set open to false, it closes, and then we don't need to do anything with this. Once it's closed, it can go back to nothing. So we can open, close, etc. And that's that. So to get a door in, all we need to do is drag the, I'm just going to make a space for, I feel like it'd be strange if there wasn't a floor there. Drag the door in, reset it, bring it across, approximately. Now we just made that character controller, animation controller, sorry, there it is. You might want to create, folders as you deal with these things. And when we look at the animator, just doing this really rushing kind of, you should take your time with these things, but I just want to show you really quickly how this works. If I move the camera across somewhere we can see it, la la la, la la la, da da da. In game, when we play it, you can see new state, new state, new state. Now we hit open, and it opens. Or if we close, it closes. And yeah, that's essentially how all of these work. You get rid of that, get rid of that, so I can see again. All you do is follow those rules for everything and expand on them. Make a game, do what you want. You can go as crazy as you want with this. In my example, which I will link to on the page, or maybe it's what you've already seen that brought you here, I've just made something relatively simple, like a middle class suburban home, but domestic is a broad term. You can make a hotel or any number of things. Some of the best horror games are in a domestic setting. Silent Hill PT, for instance. You can go absolutely crazy with this and do what you like, and I'm really looking forward to finding out what everybody does with this. So yeah, have fun with this. Thank you.